Earning's the only way to keep your father off my back.
He's still mad about Benny.
Every time I turn around, I think he's gonna put one in the back of my fucking head.
He won't.
You don't want to see each other.
I make my own decisions.
Break it up! FBI, heads up!
All right, fellas, you got me. Call my lawyer.
Estelle Gigante, we have a warrant for your arrest.
Was that the kiss of death for Ernie and my homegirl Estelle? Something's gonna give, and we're gonna break it all down in this, The Godfather of Harlem, Season 2, Episode 9 review. Did y'all miss me? I'm back, and I'm ready to get these reviews going. I'm ready to get both of my channels going, so let's do this. If you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe to this channel. Be sure to also subscribe to my Instagram. I communicate a lot with my subscribers on Instagram. I'm going to start announcing when I drop videos up there. And I'm going to start doing my other channel, which is going to be the finances, the stocks, and the real estate. And I will make those announcements on the gram. Yo, I just got to say, this is one of the best shows running right now. I don't know why it doesn't have more fanfare on at least YouTube, searching for it, trying to review the show. But I think it could be because it's on a smaller network. But I'm going to do my part to put this thing on blast. So let's make this review fun. Let's talk some junk and let's get into it. First things first. Why y'all ain't let me know while I was gone that Meth McLean and all the Black brothers went straight crab in a barrel, tried to pull Bumpy down, step on him, and Bumpy had to be the superhero and overcome those odds, only to then, in this episode, be double-crossed by the French black dude in an effort to help Bonanno. Damn. Come on, man. I mean, what happened to my brother's keeper, like New Jack City? You become a French black dude and you still don't help your brothers in America. Damn, dude. But we see how it played out, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So we start out with Bonanno driving Bumpy crazy, taking his money, taking the doogie. And then we see Bumpy start to parallel into behaviors that was just like of a man who's defeated. He was drinking. He's yelling at his wife. He's got his day one men looking at him like, Bumpy, what the hell is wrong with you? And ladies and gentlemen, did I mention how great this cast is? Oscar winners, Emmy winners, great cast. And you see how well this cast is when you have these one-on-one moments. So Bumpy had a one-on-one with his day one that really kind of shook Bumpy up and made Bumpy think, like, what the hell am I doing? So Bumpy sent his 2 day ones to figure out what the hell is going on with French black dude. And may I say, has there ever been any better day ones for drug lords than these 2 guys Bumpy's got? I mean, these dudes is the definition of ride or die. And they hungry. They chomping at the bits to kill French guy for what he just did to Bumpy. And then we're going to jump right on to the Estelle saga, ladies and gentlemen. I said a couple of weeks ago that the most powerful person on this show is Estelle. And y'all know I kind of like Estelle. I like her character. I like the actor that plays Estelle. And she's knocking this one out the park. Well, old Morgenthau, who is trying to get her daddy, Vincent Chin, had the phone wired when she called her uncle, who happens to be a preacher. And she confessed to killing Vincent's made man. So Morgenthau got this great idea that, look, Estelle, we're going to hold this over your head. You need to come see me because I need you to be my star witness and testify against your daddy. And Estelle's like, hold up, wait a minute. Now, I'm not testifying against my daddy. That's family. Keep in mind, this is in the midst of Vincent killing his right-hand guy who was going to go kill Ernie till Estelle stepped in and saved Ernie's life. I never really want to see Estelle and Ernie become a thing because I like Teddy and I enjoy seeing Estelle with Teddy because once you go chocolate, it seems like you don't go no other color, but obviously that is a myth because Estelle then became very sweet on Ernie. And rightfully so. Ernie has been over backwards, put himself in a precarious situation. He's the one who really killed Ben for Estelle. And it's only right that she show that man some love. But Morgenthau thinks that he's going to get Estelle, and Estelle's like hell to the no. So enter Vincent's brother, who was on the other end of that phone call. So he goes sees Morgenthau. And Morgenthau's like, look, dude, I'm going to embarrass you in front of your whole congregation unless you come clean about this conversation you and Estelle had. So the brother, for a minute there, I thought he was about to crack. But he didn't. He didn't crack. But Morgenthau was able to convince him that the best thing to do is to get Estelle to tell on her daddy. So the brother goes back to Estelle, talks to her, and says, you should tell on your daddy. And Estelle's like hell to the no. Then Eureka happens. The brother comes up with an ingenious plan. So Estelle and Ernie together go back down to see Morgenthau. Morgenthau's like, well, Ernie, I got you on my big board back here. You down with Vincent Chen's crew. What are you doing here? Estelle's like, he's my boyfriend. And when she said my boyfriend, ladies and gentlemen, I knew exactly what was going on at that moment. She said boyfriend, her uncle's a pastor. So they go in there, tell Morgenthau, hell to the no. I'm not ratting on my daddy. And Morgenthau's like, well, you're going to go to jail. So what was the grand plan of the uncle? The minute they step out of Morgenthau's office, they step into his church and he marries them, because if you're married, you can't testify against your spouse. So they basically got their own little bit of immunity when it comes to testifying against each other. And while they was in there with Morgenthau, Ernie admits, I'm the one that killed Ben. All Estelle did was hit him with a grazing shot. And so this is going to put Morgenthau in the quagmire. Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in time, he's going to have to run right back to Bumpy Johnson. And we have seen the turning of Bumpy Johnson wanting to get out of this game. Malcolm has been in his ear. You can see he's trying to, in essence, cleanse his soul. He's trying to tell the truth about so many different things. He's trying to come clean. So I bet you Morgenthau is going to have to come back to Bumpy for help after he just kicked that man out of his office last episode. So now Bumpy and his right-hand man, his day ones, they catch French black dude. They catch him. And they chomping at the bits thinking that Bumpy is going to come in, take his damn head off. And you know what? Bumpy pulls out that switchblade. The music is intense. The score is intense. You thinking Bumpy about to start slicing up his fingers, his hands, his neck. He cuts the rope. And his mans is looking at him like, Bumpy, what the hell are you doing? You going soft? Keep an eye on his day ones, ladies and gentlemen, because they're also seeing the transition of Bumpy too. And to them, it might look like Bumpy's going a little soft. I just uttered to say that they would turn on Bumpy. But sometimes these dudes, when they see you starting to look like you're going soft or you want to get out of the game, they'll leave you or they'll try to become a threat to you. I hope these two don't do that. But Bumpy sits down and he talks to French black dude. And he's like, look, dude, I want you to rat on Bonanno, tell me his plan, or you can walk out of here. I'm trying to build trust. French black dude's like, I'm just going to walk out of here. But Bumpy knew in his heart of hearts, the best way to win somebody over when their life is on the line is to pretend like you're going to let them go. I actually think Bumpy was going to let him go, but if he did let him go, Bumpy knew how to find him. So guy walks out the door, Bumpy's day ones is mad at him, and next thing you know, French black dude walks right back in, makes the deal with Bumpy, rats on Bonanno, tells him Bonanno's whole plan. Bonanno is as crooked as the letter S. He was getting ready to take out the whole entire Italian families that he put together. He put together this crew of families to just kind of keep continuity against the police, to keep the streets safe, not have wars. He was about to try to take out all of them. Bumpy goes plays chess with his best friend who's part of the Italian family, and he tells him the whole plan, asks him to not go. And of course he's going to listen to Bumpy because Bumpy did a bid for that man in real life. Bumpy did a bid for that man. So that guy, even though he's around a lot of people that talk stuff about black folks, call us niggers, the whole nine, He trusts Bumpy and treats Bumpy like a brother. And so he warns him and tells him not to show up. And in the end, he doesn't show up. We got to talk about old Captain Black dude who's done come down to be the head of the mosque. Done fell in love with Bumpy's daughter after one damn lunch date. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I know when you're older, it doesn't take you as long to realize that this is the person you want to be with. But I mean, damn, man, one lunch date? And you fell in love with what? Her loyalty to the mosque? Her willingness to kick Malcolm to the curb? Now, mind you, old Captain Black Navy baldhead dude was Malcolm's best friend until Malcolm came out and told the truth about what the Nation of Islam was doing and what the apostle was doing in the Nation of Islam. And homeboy had a document signed from the Holy Apostle given to him that says he was a rising star. He offered that over to Bumpy's daughter to say, look, I want you to have this. And she was like, nah, I can't take this. He was like, if you take it, that means you're going to be with me because I want you to marry me. And of course, you know, she's really in love with Malcolm. But because she knows Malcolm is committed to his family and his wife, she becomes friends with Malcolm and the wife. And she loves them both at this point. And she's respectful of that situation because they both are able to offer her great insight about her life and what she's going through and where she's going. As you can see in the last episode, they helped her with getting through to Bumpy and Bumpy's wife about coming clean about her daughter. So I would say they are good friends. But this damn nation is full of haters and people that are trying to get ahead. So you got the head lady working with the women, and then you got that old super nostril black dude, nostrils as big as a cave, hating on Malcolm. He really don't seem like he like Captain Black dude either. But in any event, they put a tail on Bumpy's daughter, and they follow Bumpy's daughter to Malcolm's house. And of course, they go back and tell old Captain Baldhead. Daughter comes back to talk to him, and she was going to come clean. That's what makes this situation so bad. She was actually thinking about marrying this dude, and then she was going to come clean. And I guess if he was okay after she came clean, she was going to marry him. But before she could get the words out of her mouth, he just goes in on her. Was you at Malcolm's house? Huh? Was you at Malcolm's house for 2 hours? And she told him the truth. She's like, yeah, I was. And then he basically disrespects her, tells her to get the hell up out of his office. But before she go, she gave a fine piece of acting. That chick let out one tear from one eyeball. It wasn't 2 tears. It wasn't 2 eyeballs. It was one eyeball, one tear. And she said, look, a man with your kind of heart don't deserve a woman like me. And you know what? She was absolutely right. Because she has resurrected her whole damn life. And then after that, one of the most touching scenes in this episode, she goes right back to the house where Malcolm and his wife are at, Mrs. Shabazz. Miss Shabazz opens the door, gives her a big hug as she's crying. And then Malcolm sees them both crying. He comes hug both of them. That was just a very touching scene. And it just kind of relates how, you know, life throws these weird situations at you. You know, she loves Malcolm, but she's respectful of his relationship. She becomes friends with the wife and Malcolm, who wind up guiding her through these chaotic situations. And they guide her through another situation in which she winds up having to come back to both of them to get love that she couldn't even get from her own family. And it looks like she's done with the nation because she didn't have on those clothes. And you know what? Good for her. Because you don't need to be involved with that crooked-ass nation. Malcolm done broke them down for you. You done broke down Captain Blackhead. So let it go, man. But you guys know this ain't the last we're going to see of the nation. It ain't the last. We're going to see them again. Bumpy calls Chin to let Chin know. Like, look, dude, Bonanno, he trying to double-cross you, bruh. Let's make a deal. And Chin is still mad from the deal he had with Bumpy initially, and it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. So he tells Bumpy to kick rocks, and Bumpy just laughs and said, bro, you're going to be coming back to me, which we all know. Bumpy plays chess, and these Italian Luigi eating MFers. They play checkers. So we knew it was going to happen. Bumpy goes to his bar, the Geechee. And he's already done paid all this money to be in this elite club of black dudes who are power brokers in the real world. A banker, a federal judge, and this high dollar lawyer who has connections. So Bumpy paid them all this money to be in their little cabal and get favors. Let's just keep this thing real. He's getting favors from them. I was bothered by the way the federal judge tries to act like he's such a tough guy. Calls Bumpy a crook. Yeah, he's a crook. But what the hell you think you're doing taking these backdoor deals and going to give favors? That's crooked as they come. That's white-collar crookedness, right? You know, they try to treat white-collar crookedness in America like that's better than general crime. It's better than somebody going stealing a Laffy Taffy from the damn drugstore. It's all crime, bruh. So he talking junk to Bumpy. Bumpy, it done lost his money because Bonanno done double-crossed him. They in there saying they're going to take the club, they're going to take his house. And the judge had the nerve to say, "You don't talk to me like this, boy." And I said, whoa, boy. Really? You think you tough because you went to school, you went to law school, and you a judge. Yeah, that's going to make you tough in a professional sense. Bumpy is tough in a street gangster sense. I don't know why you think you puffing your chest out, but ladies and gentlemen, we'll get back to that because Bumpy did handle his business. So now we get to the big crescendo. Because Bumpy saved the life of French black dude, he gives Bumpy the rundown on everything old Bonanno Split is about to do. And Bonanno Split is sitting down with French black dude. French black dude shoots both of Bonanno Split's main henchmen, points the gun at Bonanno Split, and then out pops Bumpy. And they start playing that black superhero music. Bumpy pops out. Bonanno Split is livid. He is livid. He's mad at the French black dude. "You're going to die, you monkey." Call him all kinds of stuff. Then we see all the other families pulling up. Okay? Bumpy comes from behind the corner when all the families get out the car. And he got a gun to the back of Bonanno's head. And he informs all the families that Bonanno got his henchman all up in the roller coaster. Did y'all see the dude up in the roller coaster with the sniper? Had a dude in a Coca-Cola box with a sniper. There was snipers all over the place. And Bonanno tells Chin, "Yeah, I was going to do all this." And Chin was about to shoot Bonanno, but he didn't. And in the end, Bumpy's plan to team back up with Chin happened. Not until he made Chin put down payment money on Bumpy being the new Connect. See, ladies and gentlemen, Bumpy played chess, not checkers. And so now Bumpy's got control of all the doogie. He's got his money back. He walks back to Club Geechee, where you got these three stooges looking black dudes standing there about to take the club. They even admit that they never told Bumpy the true value of the club. So they're about to try to sell this thing for more than what they gave Bumpy a loan for it. American capitalism, ladies and gentlemen, white-collar capitalism at its finest. So Bumpy comes in there, he's got his check, plus the 6% that they originally agreed on to wash his money. He hands the check to these henchmen, and the judge puffed his chest out again and said, "That's not the deal we agreed to. We agreed to 12%. And I refuse to take your 6%, and you ain't gonna talk to me like this because I'm a judge." Bumpy finally steps to him, looks him straight in the face and say, "What the hell are you gonna do?" And ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm saying. Don't let these dudes who think they tough because they made it in a quote-unquote legal sense, they know how to be tough in a legal sense. How the hell you think you're gonna puff your chest up someone who's crooked and has been killing bodies? Don't you know Bumpy Johnson have your ass tied up on a nightstand, shivering like a baby, and whip out that switchblade he has, slice up your wrist and your neck. And at this point in time, y'all saw how the judge backed down and decided to go and have a drink. Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my review of episode 9. It was a damn good episode. I don't understand why more people aren't watching this other than it's not on a major network. But FX, if you can keep up this good writing, this good storytelling, and all these good actors doing what they're doing, you guys might can get about 4 or 5 more seasons out of this thing. Now, those of us who know history, we do know Malcolm at some point in time is going to die. We just hope it's no time soon because, man, damn, this thing is good. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Be sure to follow my other channel. I am back, and I'll be going live Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Friday night. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, I'll see you.